How's it hang, Nitto Gang? Welcome back to Silver TCG. If you're new, I appreciate you being here. Love and appreciate every single one of you. And thank you for giving us any of your time, even if you click off right now, thanks. But as you can see, we're doing things a little bit different if you have been watching. Yeah, we typically do shorts. We don't do many long form, but we do them sometimes. But this one's still different than the other ones. It's dark, and we got some mood lighting or something, I don't know. And I am standing, which you might not be able to tell because I'm short. 5'7". It is what it is. But we're doing this because this is serious. To me. You see, I started this channel for 3 reasons. And we'll sum them up real quick. Eventually, I want to open a game shop because I love games and they're the thing I use for escape, and I want to be able to have a place for other people to also use to escape in a healthy way. I got tired of the negative side of the Pokemon community just overtaking, or just a lot of the new people coming in, and it's being way too much about money. Let's be honest, it's all Poke investing, Poke drama, and just rage baiting people. I mean, you just see way too many comments. This is soulless ripping. I can't even get it. And, you know, just trashing content creators just because I'm calling them scalpers. Can't be scalpers if they have distribution, but I honestly understand the feeling. I mean, I have a lot of the same feelings too, so I had to back out of that. So, I mean, I get it, but if you're just going so that you can be there, wish that you had it, and leave a negative comment, I mean, you're kind of in the same boat that I was. So, let's all just stop. And the last one, I have social anxieties, and really bad. I'm manic depressant. It gets in the way of a lot of social stuff. Well, I used to. I have it under wraps now, but it doesn't mean the overall anxiety from just probably being bad at friends. And well, I mean, I know I made a lot of awkward situations being overly exaggeratedly happy and stuff like that, or me trying to hide it away by just staying away from, you know, gatherings, or when I'm there, act really stoic and don't say much, and that makes me unapproachable. But to be honest, I feel like that's way more acceptable than the crazy stuff that happens in the scrambled egg that I call a brain. So, when you add together sugar, spice, and everything nice, you get me making this YouTube channel. But, needless to say, the biggest one is overcoming the social anxiety. You see, I make these videos because it's easier than interacting with people one-on-one. It was a good stepping stone. I do the shorts, I have a good time, and some people watch sometimes. You know, we'll get like 3 comments or something, and, you know, maybe a like or 2. And that's nice. That's nice. But even then, it's kind of hard because I always judge and overthink the stuff I do, and it gets bad. For instance, when it comes to the pick your pack or you're voting for something, I'll rip way more than what you see because I just want to show you guys a hit because I know you guys picked it, you guys voted for it, and I want you to be happy seeing something that's cool in it. I just want that. I want y'all to be happy. Don't hate me. But that being said, it may be hard, but I gotta keep pushing forward, right? I grew up with Pokemon. As you can see, I love it. I started when I was a kid. I was there for the first episodes of the anime, the first cards, the first games. I played them all. I was like 6 or 7 when they came out, or something. I'm like 30, 34. I can't remember my own age. I'm old. But I've played Magic the Gathering. I played Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was a kid with friends. The anxiety got worse as I got older. I did not play Pokemon. So, under a little controlled environment, I went to the Destined Rivals pre-release with my wife and son. My daughter was at her friends or something. I knew the people that worked there. I knew there weren't going to be many people there. And I also knew that a lot of people are just going to be trying to get the build-a-battles, the free packs, and just take off without opening it. We know there's scalpers everywhere. Everybody believes that this is now like sneaker row stuff. or something. I don't know. So I said, I'm going to give it a try. And I did. I got really lucky, and I got the Ethan's Typhlosion deck. And out of the 3 extra packs that you got, 2 extra packs and the 4 packs that come inside the build and battle, I got more Ethan's Adventures. Needless to say, in a pre-release format, that was overpowered. I won. Clean sweep. But it wasn't because of skill, it was just because it was good enough cards. But it made me very interested in playing, not just curious. And so I downloaded pokemontcg Live, like anybody else would, or does, or did. Yeah, I've been playing around on that, and I've been having a wonderful time. It's absolutely fun. The one-of-one format I was very used to from Master Duel, and I mean, I'm just battling it out with my favorite Pokemon as much as I can. You know, I have a whole bunch of Pokemon I like, but y'all know my favorite's Nidoking. I just wish there was a much more competitive Nidoking. But I've been playing and trying to get familiar and just knowledgeable, at least a little bit, of the game. Because the goal was to eventually, hey, let's have fun, let's stream, you know, playing the TCG Live and, you know, do deck previews and stuff like that. You know, I want, that's fun. It's fun. But how am I going to do that if I don't go play the game? Worlds is about to happen. And the next season, so the points you need starts now. Well, the time to gather the points starts now for the next year's season. I want some of those points, but how am I going to do that? There are people there, and they're scary. I guess I gotta go. I don't really want to do this, but I want to do this. I found 2 game stores doing league challenges. Both are 2 hours away from me in different places, and they're over the next 2 days. I am going to go and battle. Oh, God. The goal is show up, play some Pokemon, maybe win some, and trade. Well, at least one trade at each one. I hope. I don't know how I'm going to approach people. And I'm going to try to interview and talk to people. I mean, every time I ever watch people, they're about playing the game or, you know, doing their stuff, they're already there, they're already confident, they know what they're doing, they know the cards. And what's it like starting? What do you need? What should you know? What's the difference between a challenge and a cup? And I mean, I don't even know what I don't know to ask the questions. So I'm going to be a guinea pig. For those who just want to start and they don't know how to, or for those that want to start and the social anxiety parts and the social awkwardness, because I'm going to be really socially awkward. My heart's racing right now thinking, but for those socially awkward, I don't even know if I had this close enough to my mouth, you're going to see, and maybe it'll give you confidence to at least try a little. I hope. I just want to help. But man, wouldn't it be cool if I won? I'm just worried because, I mean, you guys think about it. Yeah, it's not going to tell me what I have available and what I can do right off the bat, like the game. So I'm going to be a mess. I'm going to be a mess. But that's what this is about, right? Wish me luck. By the way, guys, I did this. I don't know how many times. You see how long this intro was? I had to do the take so many times. I don't even know if I'm going to keep it. Because I don't want it to be bad. I really don't. I might end up trying to do an intro or something when I get there or something. I don't know. How's it hanging, little gang? As you know, I just got into the TCG because I've been neglecting ever playing it. And I'm going to go and participate in my first locals tournament, hopefully get some of them championship points. And maybe ask around, get some pointers, tips from people who play. I don't know. I'll try. And then get some video of maybe some of the matches hopefully. Not quite sure. I would show you where I am. There's not a good place to actually show you it. It's down there, really far down there. There's no parking. So let's get to it. All right, guys, we got here a little bit late. Whoops. We're missing the first round, so kind of counts as a loss, but they're still letting us join. It's a best of one format, and it's only 4 rounds. So probably no championship points. Bummer. But we do have another one that we're going to tomorrow. I'm going to wash this shirt and wear this again. But let's see how these go. All right, guys. I need a new deck box. I'm a pleb, and I'm a noob. I'm going to get the one that looks like a Pokeball, just so people know I'm a noob, all right? Don't tell nobody. Guys, you've probably seen this in a couple of my shorts during the Paradox Rift and the thumbnail. There's Grodan. It's right here. All right, guys, now we're going to very awkwardly interview
Aiden.
Aiden. How old are you?
I'm 17.
How long have you been playing?
Like a couple months.
Couple of months?
Yeah.
I couldn't guess. I just lost. Okay, now, could you tell, what deck did you bring today?
Crimson X.
Yeah, that was tougher than I thought it would be. Usually I don't have any trouble online with it, but that worked out pretty well. Wow.
It's a number 4 seed right now.
That explains it.
Yeah.
Okay, what got you into doing, locals and stuff like that?
So I became kind of friendly with Drew. He's one of the workers here, and a very nice guy. He actually gave me my first Yu-Gi-Oh deck. So I started with Yu-Gi-Oh, then moved on to Pokemon later on. After I started, Yu-Gi-Oh became more pay to win and stuff, where you had to keep buying and buying and buying.
I know that from Darkwing Blast.
Yeah. So you just keep going and buying. But with Pokemon, it's like $60 a deck, so it's way more affordable. Yeah.
You can probably tell I was extremely nervous, and I know a lot of other people. Maybe you were your first time coming out. What kind of tip or what important thing should a new player know if they're going to come start doing this?
Pretty much just breathe, ask a bunch of questions. If you don't know what a card does, just ask. Everybody will just tell you.
I was doing that.
A little bit. A little bit.
I really appreciate your time, buddy, and it was a great game. I had a lot of fun, and I was really scared. But you have a good one, buddy.
Thanks.
Take 2, and I'm also awkwardly asking questions. I'm here with
Corey Lively.
Corey. All right, Corey. You said you just started a couple months ago, right? And what was the main reason you got into it?
My son's collected for a number of years, and I was aware of this store, and I thought maybe he would want to have enjoy his hobby on a different way by playing the game. He's never played, so.
He's over there doing a good job too. I'm not gonna lie. He's working better than I was. I'm not gonna lie. Now, what deck did you bring today?
Raging Bolt with some adjustments.
Why did you want to play Raging Bolt exactly?
I spoke to one of the employees here. I told him the style of gameplay that I like to play, and he recommended that to me based on that.
Yeah, the guys here are really helpful. I like this place a lot. What is it, Dagger? Is Dagger, is that what this Blade? Blade. That's a great place, I'm not gonna lie. Now, when we played, I was really nervous, but I appreciate you being really patient and helping me out. You know, he's giving me freebies. Like if I forgot to get my prize card, he's like, all right, go for it. I really like that. The people here are really nice, and I really appreciate all of that.
It's a nice community, and it's a good atmosphere. It's not overly competitive to where people aren't having fun.
I was worried about that. Well, thank you. We got to move on. Hi, guys. We're doing another interview against this man's will. And this man is?
I'm Sean.
Hello, Sean. So, how long have you been playing?
Probably 4 or 5 months or so.
Everybody's saying that. What's going on? You're tripping me out. Okay. What got you into it?
I've always just loved Pokemon, and I wanted something to do, just something to go out and meet people, so I started playing a couple months ago, yeah.
This guy's friendly, guys. It's making me socially awkward. Okay, now, I just started like a month ago, right? And you can tell I was really, really nervous. I want to get this out of the way. For other people that want to start doing this, maybe try to pursue something, get championship points, maybe move up, go play regionals. What would you say is like the one thing they should know, or maybe a hint or trick, whatever?
You just gotta play a lot. Whether it's playing different decks, playing against different people, the more experience you get, the better you'll do. And I like sticking with one deck. It's good to practice other stuff, but if you can really kind of memorize your list and get good with it, it's super helpful.
Yeah, I've been jumping around a little bit, and it kind of shows. But I'm trying to focus a little bit. I was running, by the time I got to you, it was a little bit more smooth. The first couple, I was fumbling. I fumbled like twice here, I know, and I even explained to you. What deck did you bring?
I played Grimmsnarl today.
Why Grimmsnarl?
I think it's the best deck, and I think that it's got enough that even the stuff that it loses to, it still has a good chance.
It is strong. I lost, guys, again against Grimmsnarl. Again. I appreciate it, and I hope you have a great one.
You too, man. Thank you.
Right? Hello, another awkward interview, because I'm socially awkward and inept.
Okay, that works.
I'm here with
Drew Bandit.
All right, Drew, what do you do here?
I am the events organizer and judge for most of the game systems that we have.
That explains why he was sitting in the important seat. I came in not knowing anything. I came in late and missed the first one. Happens. We didn't know any better. But you'll know better than... Well, yeah. So, this was a challenge, right?
Yeah, so every season, Pokemon List stores run free challenges, usually one a month. We do ours on the first Saturday of every month.
That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Now, when it comes to Pokemon and the challenges and cups and stuff like that, what's the main difference between them?
So the big difference is the level of competition. You're expected to have a deck list. You're expected to have a larger understanding of the rules. For a store, you're required to have a judge on staff so that you can run the event as smooth as possible. And a lot of it just comes to the fact that you also get championship points for seeding, which gives you invites for larger events in the future.
Now, typically, what kind of, like, the amount of points are you looking at to strive for these invites?
I believe you have to be in the top 4 players at the end of the event to get any championship points. First place gets a lot more than second, third, or fourth. I'm not actually sure exactly how many points you get.
Yeah.
I do know it matters a lot more at cups than it does at challenges, which is why cups are so much more restrictive and less often.
Okay. And if somebody were to just now be starting like me, what would you advise the things that they should know to get started? What should they be looking for? Kind of stuff. Everything they need to bring. What would you say?
As far as things to bring, make sure, of course, that your deck is standard. Most of these events are going to play through the standard format. There are a lot of players that come in just with cards that they own, or they buy so many packs of like yellow bordered sets, and then those cards aren't standard anymore. Generally, make sure that if you're registering for these kinds of events, you either have constructed a deck on your own, or you've built something based off of like one of the league challenge decks or something along those lines. Those are usually the best ways to start. And just make sure you have your simple supplies and just be ready to lose if it's your first time is generally what I say a lot. Is
That's true.
don't be afraid of losing the first couple times that you play. It takes a while to get used to all sorts of the different settings and things like that.
All right, I appreciate your time. You're a busy guy. He took his time out of his day to come talk to me. Wonderful place here. Blade, awesome. Roanoke, Virginia. Come check it out. Thanks. All right, we got our daughter Crystal here, and she's going to be opening her first pack. After challenge packs. Who knows? Okay, we got Tortuga and Esparza, Glameow, Pancham, Slowking, Jirachi, Electivire, Gossifleur, and IR0. That's nice. That looks so good in your binder. All right, pack number 2. It goes to the buddy boy. He's going to be opening some Obsidian Flames here. He's having a lot of trouble. I'm going to help him. Oh, that's my pack. Oh, we are starting with Dratini. And he does not want to show his card. Charmander. He's going for it. He's going for gold. Come on. Let's All right. We got gold opening Twilight Masquerade. I hope you pull Greninja. I really, really, really want that now. Please. Well, I mean, you got an EX, but it still isn't a hit. Hola, it is now my turn. Oh, Death and Rivals, by the way. Overstart with the Water Energy. Tarantula, Rattata, Flipbug, Larvitar, Eden's Adventure, Ogre Bomb, the Hearth Flame Kind, Team Rocket, Botherbot, again, Obama Snow. Of course, I pulled trash, but I also got this from a little challenge today. They were so nice to me, so let's open it. That was a fancy flip. Morning's Conviction. Okay, Roaring Moon, not bad. Oh, knocked out. Nice. Nice. And Finding Mochi. Of course, our Henry, but I do love the stamp on the knocked out. That is wonderful. Hey, we just got a trade from
Calvin
and
Mason.
Calvin and Mason. I needed another Goldango, and we got the Stamp Maximum belt, and he traded for a shiny Tinkatink and the IR, the Tinkaton, which is so cool looking. And he wanted the Team Rocket's Mewtwo for the Goldango. I really appreciate it. It's very, very helpful. And you said you just got a first place in what again?
First place in the seniors and juniors division.
This kid's killing it, man. The kid's killing it. I could barely win one. Good job, man. I'm impressed. You have a good one, guys, okay? All right, homies. That's the end of it. We're going to pack up. We're going to head on home. Like 2 hours away, and we're going to recap this in the nice air-conditioned room that we all know and love, especially I love, because it's hot. If you couldn't tell through the whole video, I've been hot. It was very hot in there. Lots of people, but all of them were super nice. All of them were super patient with me, and I'm over here shaking like a dog, man. But it was an amazing experience. Let's get back, and we'll recap this, all right? Bye.
2 hours later.
We're back. That was rough. Really rough. And hot. We showed up late, and I missed the first one, but not because they had already started. I literally was I walked up to give him the paperwork that needed to register right after he pressed the button to start the event, so he can no longer redo it and put me in. Well, he could put me in, but I have to take a first round loss immediately. So, it was hot. I was late. And there were a lot of people there. And I was very nervous. I was visibly shaking at some points. I was worried that I didn't know how to run my deck. And I was worried that I don't know. I knew I was going to interview people. I didn't want them to think I was stupid. I mean, I am pretty dumb, but not stupid for the wrong reasons, at least. But I made it through, and I got some interviews. And I even talked to a guy afterwards, which I forgot his name. I'm so sorry. I am sorry. I'm just really bad at names. But this guy was, like, really nice. And he told me he appreciated me, trying and starting, and was just overall friendly, and he was about the community, exploring everything in the community, playing the games, and being friendly and helpful, and just a good guy. I wish I could be that kind of confident and people think I'm a good guy. We actually got a trade. It was with 2 kids, but one told me that they had a maximum belt, and I immediately went to get my trade stuff. And like a stamped maximum belt. It had the league stamp on it. I was the prize pack one, sorry. That's too cool. So I traded. I mean, you depending on how we edited, you probably already saw that. But I still think it's really cool, and I want to talk about it. I know I was a stuttering mess and maybe didn't make much sense in some of the interviews, but I mean, first time doing that kind of stuff, and I'm just glad I pushed through it. But to recap, let's go over some things that you might want to know. Be on time, be a little bit early. Make sure you have your trainer card and your deck list. I heard that you might need to put your deck in order because you could be deck checked or something, but it didn't happen there. They're really chill. You can easily find what you need for the standard format to know what you're allowed to legally play by just checking online. Or if you use TCG Live, I mean, you can build a deck on there under standard. It's all legal. Try to be a little cohesive with how you play, because putting things in certain spots to present and to keep visible, or keeping, let's say you're running a Typhlosion deck like me and you need to know how many of something is in your deck, or you're not your deck, your discard pile, just leave it to the side of it so you can see them still. And most importantly, the number one piece of advice practically all of them gave, just get out there and do it. You're not going to be good at first. It's going to be a little rough and nerve-wracking. But the community who actually goes out and plays and interacts with each other for real and not terminally online, they're all nice, supportive, patient. As I was playing, I would be like, oh, I don't want to do that. And then sometimes they're like, hey, go ahead, nothing's moved forward, take that off, or, yeah, no, I get you, or take your time. They're patient, helpful. It was wonderful. I was right. Going from playing online to there, to actually have the cards physically in your hand, there's so much to remember. And you're thinking about what they're doing, you think about what you're doing, having to keep, in mind all the cards still in the deck. It is something to most definitely get used to. But I think I kind of got the hang of it. I mean, I won one of them. I don't have anything really negative to say about the experience besides what my own feelings and my own nerves did to me. So that's a good sign. Hopefully people see what I went through and how much fun I had, even though I was shaking and nervous and fumbling over my work and very socially awkward. Like I said, awkward interviews. And you guys take it and see, and it's not that bad, and you give it a shot too. But we have another one tomorrow, and I think I'm a little more prepared because I realized that I didn't have my deck completely set up the way I wanted to. I didn't change it beforehand, and I just forgot to do it. I already had the deck list and everything made out. I just forgot to change it after I realized. But now I know, and I did some changes, and it should run better tomorrow. But my wife and I are going to be up a lot of the night tonight, and we're going to practice. And I might have her do it too tomorrow, because I'll interview her, because it will be her first one. Mine was today, so tomorrow will be her first, and I'll interview her and how she felt. I don't know. It might be worthwhile. So yeah, guys, I'll see you at the next one. Alright, Nitto Gang. Day 2. We're at Wolf Den Gaming, or I'm pretty sure over here in Abingdon, Virginia. We're going to do this again. Another league challenge. Let's go. Alright, Nitto Gang. we just finished. And your boy actually did pretty decent this time. Once you get over the jitters, you could do a little bit better. Although I ended up running into a Gardevoir matchup that ended up, it got the anxiety rolling. That was a tough one. But I ended up overcoming it. I will show you the results now. Yeah, I got second place. I lost to a Marnie's Grimmsnarl, but I ended up, mulliganing twice, and then practically breaking for 2 turns afterwards. So he got his board immediately, and it took me almost 2 turns before I could start building anything. Yeah, that didn't go well, but it's okay. It happens. It's the best of 1 format. But we're gonna head home and we're gonna recap today. Bye.
All right, we are back, Nitto Gang. Now, I want to apologize. We didn't get any interviews or trades at this one, and I couldn't even film because I didn't bring something to go up over us to watch. So there is that, but we do have the lineup, the results, and they'll be posted right there. Yeah, you saw. Okay, but yeah, we couldn't get any interviews or trades because 1, a couple of them just didn't feel comfortable on camera. 2, like they were efficient. They went in, got this stuff done, and then people were just leaving. They're just gone. And the others that were staying, they were already setting up for the tournament that was afterwards, which was like a chocobo race or something. It was Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
So, and they were right on it. It was insane. So yeah, we couldn't exactly do that. It was a well-oiled machine over there. I'll tell you that. I'm still holding this because I'm still practicing. Yeah. So we do have Gold. She didn't participate in the first one because she was filming all those little clips that you've already seen. That was me playing and all that. But she decided to, well,
give it a try.
Yeah, after I told her that she was. But we can ask her some questions and you can see because it was her first time. All right, having said that it is your first time, what do you wish that you would have known or had more experience with going into this?
I think before going into the next one, I'm going to play some more on the TCG Live Online so I can have more understanding of what I'm playing against. That way I know with my deck how to counter, what to counter, and kind of what to watch out for.
Yeah, she doesn't play the TCG Live that much. She's done a little bit, but I agree. Getting to know what's in those other kinds of decks is very useful, very much. Okay, what would you say you had the most trouble with today when it came to playing? Was it user error? Was it other people's decks? What would you say?
I think it'd be a mixture of user error, where it was my first time. I was really, really nervous. So I know I misplayed quite a bit. I was playing the Cynthia's Garchomp deck, which is actually a lot of fun. But I know I made misplays myself. I went against another Garchomp deck that I know I could have beaten if I would have played a couple cards differently. And then I played against a Goldango deck that just completely trashed me.
Goldango is a beast of a deck, that is for sure. But how would you express how you feel about the experience, both before, during, and after?
Before, I was really, really nervous to get out there. I did not want to look like a fumbling mess. So Silver and I actually spent forever practicing our decks against each other to kind of understand the flow and how it felt with the cards rather than online. So beforehand, I was very, very nervous. When we got there, I started to get really excited seeing everyone else set up and ready to go. I did explain to the people that I played against that it was my first time, so they were actually really patient with me. They were very efficient, very competitive, but they understood that I needed to take my time also, so that was nice. So I was excited during, excited before, and then I feel really excited for the next one that we get to go to too. So I actually won one prize pack. I did get one, but Silver let me open 2 in the short because he's awesome.
Yeah, I ended up getting second place, so I got 3 prize packs and a Stellar Crown, which we already went ahead and opened in a short format before we started recording this because we were excited to open it more than anything, and we know we hadn't posted anything, so we wanted to go ahead and do that as fast as possible before this. And so now I kind of wish we'd done it. It doesn't matter.
It's okay.
But I agree. This one was way more
exciting.
Oh yeah, it was her first. It was nerve wracking. That's for sure. But I mean, I agree with how you said it was way more competitive at this one. This one, they were way more focused, way more competitive compared to the last one. But this one was full of people that were, veterans from
Leagues.
yeah, they were regional players, and one was in NAIC, and so they were good players,
Yes.
very good, very competitive players. So it was very nerve-wracking, and I started off really strong.
Yeah.
And I really did. I was way more used to it. Sure, I was a little nervous and a little awkward, but I started off way stronger. But it was match number 3 for me that ended up throwing the wrench right in there.
That Gardevoir.
Yes, I played a Gardevoir deck, and it was intense. The most intense game I've played so far, and it came down to the wire. Somehow he only had 1 prize card left to take. I'm not sure. I thought he would have had 2, but it doesn't matter. And I only had 1 left to take as well. And oh man, everybody was done, and everybody was surrounded. The judges, everybody, like, because it was crazy. I wish I could have gotten that on film. That was an insane one. I none of the regional finals or NAIC I've seen went that hard. Nowhere near. But I beat him.
You did it.
I did.
Yeah.
I beat him. Oh man. By the way, I know I don't think I said I'm running Ethan's Typhlosion and Dragapult, and I ran through all my Typhlosions with 4, and then I had to use Dragapult at the end to finish the game.
Yep.
And that was crazy.
It was insane.
And then at the end, I, for some reason, mulliganed twice on the last match, and then bricked right after, where all I could have is my basic. Then the next turn, I pulled something to put out more and start evolving for the next turn. So I was 2 turns behind and mulligan twice. They were running Marnie's Grimace-Snarl, had a full board immediately, right off the bat. So it didn't even take to round 2 to finish off the board besides evolutions. They were evolving everything into what they needed to on turn 2. I gave them that through the 2 mulligans. So yeah, I went really good, undefeated, and then the deck just decided to not work anymore.
It was tired. It worked hard.
It worked real hard, especially that Gardevoir.
Yeah.
But yeah, very much so more competitive. And I actually feel kind of bad that you went in there all nervous and went into a way more competitive scene than I did for your first. But you went in, you took a win.
I did take a win.
And you did your best, and you did pretty good. I mean, being that nervous, yeah, user error is a big one.
Yes.
So,
very much so.
But yeah, now we did get to talk to them. They were really nice.
They were very nice, very personable.
Yeah, and patient and helpful again. It's just no time to film, and some of them didn't even want to be on film, so I'm not going to push that too much. Like I said, I'm socially awkward. I don't want to make them hate me. But
they did invite us back.
Yes,
So they did invite us back.
They all wanted to see us back, and they were really impressed that I almost won, and I had just started a month ago. And
they liked your shirt.
Well, of course. That's why I wore it the entire time. I knew that this was the shirt. We had to wash it, and it was the outfit. But yeah, and it was such a great time. The judges there
were awesome.
Yeah, over there at Wolf Den Gaming they were on point. They were super nice, super helpful, and they did do the deck check. They did the deck check.
They did. We had to put our deck in order by the list that we'd written out for them by Pokemon trainers, all that fun stuff. So that might be part of the reason my first match didn't go so well, because I had to put it back in order and then just shuffle, trying to get it mixed back up.
See, we showed up right on time this time, and so we had to put it in order and then have them do it. So we weren't sitting there waiting and being able to shuffle it back to where it was random. My first 2 as well, I was having a little bit of problem with that, but I was lucky that I put in the cards that I realized I hadn't and did the changes, so it ended up working out for me. But then the Gardevoir was back to normal,
right?
And it was just the most intense match. And then last match, it didn't matter at all.
No.
So, but yeah, no. Make sure you show up a little bit early, guys, so that if there's that deck check, you have the ample amount of shuffle time to get it back to where you want it. Because getting clustered with energies and maybe a basic and but what would you, as that being your first time, what would you say to any new player that might want to start or maybe too nervous to go out there? What would you recommend to them?
I'll just reiterate what you've said this whole time too. Don't be nervous. It's okay to be nervous, but get out there, just go.
I don't think I've said don't be nervous, because that's hypocritical of me.
See, I get very awkward too. Just go out there, do your best, put yourself out there, give it a try, and it'll be okay.
Yeah, it's all about just doing it and looking up, the event section of what's it, Pokemon.com or
I just go on Google and I search Pokemon events near me, and don't be afraid to call the shops and just ask them. I think it was Blade Gaming. I messaged on Facebook, and then I called the Wolf Den and I asked them, like, what do we need to bring? What time should we be there? Don't be afraid to call and ask all of your questions. Because they're actually really able to answer those. So that helped a lot too.
I was not going to call and ask. I was just going to show up at the time it said, and that's it. And yeah, I probably should have been calling, but it is what it is. I was gonna go in blind as blind could be. But yeah, just find the events, find the times, what kind of events, and then practice one deck as much as you can.
Yes.
It's not a bad idea to go online, see what meta decks have gone through regionals and all that. Go to Limitless TCG, and it'll show you decks, and then sort by date, depending on what deck interests you, and you can see the most recent performances, like
win-loss ratio.
Yeah, it'll. You want to go pretty current because the new sets releasing kind of changes up the standard and the meta just a little bit by little bit, so cards come in and out, and so that it'll give you an idea. Of course, personalize it. That's fine. You don't have to, change it at all, but feel free to personalize it. Just choose something you're interested in. Practice it.
And have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun. It's a lot of fun to play the game. It's a lot of fun to meet new people. Just have fun is the number one thing. Don't get discouraged if you lose against a deck. It'll be okay.
Yeah. Like, I got a little discouraged because the Marnie's Crimson, I kept seeing it over and over and over and over again. It's everywhere. It won't stop, and I'm sick of it. So I'm putting together 2 different decks in the Typhlosion until Black and White releases, so that I can make my Typhlosion a little bit stronger. And I'm going to have her run one, and I'm going to run the other because everybody's playing Marnie's, and
we need a new counter.
Yeah. And just for a little bit, because that's what we saw. So I'm building those, and we're gonna practice those and take them to the next ones next weekend. And so yeah, just look on there, see what people play most. People are mostly playing Marnie's. Grass. Grass is gonna be your friend, guys. But sorry. But yeah, to wrap it all up, it is nerve-wracking. It is tough and a lot of information, but a simple Google search can solve the information problems.
Yes.
If you don't know what to run, find something that looks cool to you on Limitless TCG and practice online to learn what the other decks do. And then when it comes down to when it's time to go, don't be afraid to call the shop, ask how it goes, what you need, stuff like that. And then anytime you get those jitters, take a couple deep breaths and realize you're probably not going to win, but you going there and playing it will just make you better. And every time you do it, you'll
get a little bit better.
Yeah, you'll get a little bit better. And eventually you will start winning more and you'll feel more comfortable. My second time, I was way more comfortable. At the end of the Gardevoir match, I was visibly shaking.
That was different.
Well, that's true, but I got over a bit. It was still awkward to talk to people and all that, but it felt a little more natural than the first time. So I would say, judging by my experience, just getting up and doing it is the best way.
Yep.
And the amount of fun you can have.
It's amazing.
Yes, it was very fun. I recommend going and playing cups and tournaments, your weekly league, whatever you have going on there.
Whatever exposure you can get.
Do it. I went and talked to my local game store, and they decided they were going to put one up, and I am going to recommend people in the Princeton area, West Virginia, if you live here, go to it. It's going to be on the 26th of July and at 3 p.m. They don't normally run them here because they're going to give it a try now. So hey, it's worth it. Get yourself out there, play with your favorite Pokemon or whatever you think is neatest. Have a good time. I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful, blessed day. Bye.
Bye.